everyone. Welcome to this month's edition of In the Grove. I'm your host, Sue Heaton, and with me today are two ladies representing the Community Character Coalition. Yeah. Maybe you want to introduce yourselves. To my immediate left is...
I'm Betsy Boswell.
Bertie Bisegli.
Well, welcome, ladies. And first, we always like to learn a little bit of history. First, exactly what is the Community Character Coalition?
Well, back in the year 2000, the District 59 sent a team of 3 people out to California to be trained in the Character Counts program about the 6 pillars.
Oh, so that's a nationwide program?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we came back from California and started instructing all staff members in District 59, planning activities and doing instruction with the staff as well as the kids, and very, very successful. But then the teachers started to say, you know what, we need to go out into the community. It needs to be a community-based organization, not just in the schools. So that's when we decided we worked together and we formed the Community Character Coalition back in September of 2003.
And Bertie, you were part of the 3 that went out to California and came back with this?
And District 59 was really nice. They took me out of the classroom for a year so that I could go around and do some presentations during the day. And you know, it worked out really well. We had we presented for so many community organizations, churches, you know, the government, the library, the police station, the fire stations, and everybody joined our efforts, and we had so many members at that point. So we became very successful in what we were trying to do. And it has grown ever since. 20 years later, we're still here doing good in the community, servicing the community.
A lot of volunteers that make up the coalition. Betsy, tell us about the pillars.
The 6 pillars of character counts are trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, caring, fairness, and citizenship.
So when you go into the schools, how do you impart all this on the students?
Well, what we tried to do is we incorporate, rather than focus on having those be a separate lesson someone had to find time to teach, we incorporated the character traits actually into all facets of the students' lives. You know, like into math or into reading or into social studies or into their gym classes, into the music classes, you know, which was very positive for the teachers. So it was never an extra thing you had to try and teach. It was incorporated into what you were already teaching. So we developed all kind of lessons to help them, gave them all kind of support to be able to do that. So it was very successful, very successful.
So I'm wondering, since this is now 23 years of history, have you followed some of the first people that were involved in this to see the difference in the type of character they've become?
Well,
that's a tricky one.
Is that a tricky
20
one?
years later, to try and find it.
You feel it's been successful?
Oh gosh, yes. And we have still members right now, lots of members that have been with us the whole 20 years. I mean, so that speaks very highly of an organization that, you know, we've been around
these days
for
a lot of organizations that rely on
Yes.
volunteers are kind of failing in that. What role do you play in this, Betsy?
Well, I was there at the beginning.
Yes.
I worked for the superintendent at the time that that character counts came to District 59, and I was involved with what was called the Character Network, and it took in all 4 communities that serve District 59 schools, the township. So it was Des Plaines, Mount Prospect, Elk Grove, and Arlington Heights. And for a while that worked, but as time went on, it seemed like Elk Grove Village was the place that took the most interest in becoming a community of good character, which is what we wanted it to be. Wow. That the police department, the village, the fire department, all were involved in trainings.
Park District,
library, a lot of entities within the district, said, yeah, we're on board. We want to do this. We want to integrate it into our programming as well.
What are you the most proud of over these years? Does one thing stand out?
For me, I think it's the longevity of the program. And I think you can see it in our community. People have respect for each other, and they follow the rules, and this is something that we've tried to ingrain. I think when the kids at Grove Junior High have the DARE program, which has been there for years, some of this has got to be incorporated in there.
Yes,
the whole idea of citizenship, being a good citizen, caring, you know,
Right,
for your fellow
well, actually,
man.
when the mayor was on last month and he was talking about the success of all the concerts, I remember that he mentioned that how well, should I use the word behaved, the audience were, that here in Elk Grove there is that feeling of respect for one another. So maybe a lot of that work that you have put in has certainly come to fruition.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
And what was good too, we actually have the largest, business district in the entire nation. So we felt like we needed to reach out to them as well. So at that time, we actually planned a couple of business breakfasts and had them come and be part of it as well. So, which was very important. And we still have some of those same businesses involved after all these years.
So I'm sure you rely on a lot of events for fundraising. Would you like to talk about some of those?
Well, not really for fundraising.
More for awareness then?
Yes.
And just to bring the message and integrate it in the
serve the
people
community.
that participate. But we have a 20th anniversary event coming up for the community that we're really excited about. It's September 24th. It's on a Sunday from 1 to 4 at the pavilion in the gym. And there's going to be 6 stations for the 6 pillars of character counts. And each station will have some kind of a community project for kids that they can do that's tied into that particular pillar. For instance, the citizenship table, which is one that I'm involved with, we're going to be making a hug for yes.
Oh, you're making a hug.
We're making a hug to send to serve active duty service people. So the kids are going to make, their hands, and then we're going to attach a string with a card, and there's going to be a little note saying, "We appreciate you. Thank you for keeping us safe," or whatever the kid wants to say. And then it'll be like a little hug with the 2 hands around.
And then you'll box all
and then we'll
these
box them up and have them sent. So that's just one example, but. I think the idea being, first of all, to make it fun, so the kids can learn that this isn't something that it's drudgery. No, you have to learn the 6 pillars. These are things that are fun to do. They can come out, have a good time, and then when they're done with each station, they can go in and enjoy the bouncy house and get a little prize to take home. So. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that. It should be.
We'll have little character adventure tickets that the kids will have stamped at each station as they complete each station.
Can you tell us about another station, Bertie?
Yes, one of them is going to be woven placemats. Okay, and we're going to be donating those to the Respite Center for them also. And one station is going to be dog. Like a dog braided material that they're going to give to an animal shelter. And then we're going to make some bookmarks that are going to go to the library. They can pass them out at the library. So there's a lot of different activities. And one station is going to be making little bead bracelets, so the kids can make one for themselves and then one to give to a friend.
Nice.
So where the focus is service to other people, just like our organization.
And the 2 of you come up with these ideas, you and others?
We all work together.
The team,
right? The big committee. The committee was about 15 of us, and people have been wonderful about donating their time, their efforts, their help, coming up with ideas, and gathering materials. We've had a lot of people donate to help us, supply all the materials and everything. So it's been very successful, very successful. Now we need everybody to come and join us.
We got to get the word out about the event at the pavilion. What about, there was a breakfast also that you were doing in September?
Right, that's going to be September 21st. And that was invitation only because we wanted to focus on the people from the past who have helped us been successful, as well as people that we'd like to have us join us now. Because the staff, for example, a lot of the staff at the schools in District 59 has changed. So we want to make sure those people are introduced to what we're doing. And there's new staff in all the different organizations.
Of course.
So we've invited as many as we can to let people know. We are having a speaker. It's John Woodwin's grandson-in-law, who's going to come and speak about positive character traits and link it to the 6 pillars. And he should be very, very good. So, we're looking forward to that as well.
Well, I see another event called Pack the Pantry.
Well, that's got a long history. We started that.
We have many food pantries in Elk Grove, don't we?
Well, there's only one in Elk Grove Village.
Only one left?
But, there's the main one that's serviced through the village. There might be other
Oh, I'm thinking
churches
about
that have them,
churches. That's
but
it, yeah.
they might be just for their parishioners.
I see.
But actually, that was an idea that I had many, many years ago when I found out, number one, that people who at that time were getting food stamps could not use food stamps to get things like deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, hairspray, whatever, personal care items. They couldn't use that. And those items are usually pretty expensive. And the other thing was that I had read an article about Make a Difference Day, and I really didn't know too much about it. But after reading that, I thought, what a good idea. Let's do a Make a Difference Day project. We'll collect these items and give them to the two pantries that we were using at the time. And so I went around to like Jewel and Walmart and Walgreens and asked them, can we stand outside your store and hand people a piece of paper that says, this is what we need? And they can go shop.
And then hopefully they'll go back in that store.
Right. And then they'll shop, and then they'll come out. And we collect it right then and there in a grocery cart. And then we arrange to have it taken to the two food pantries.
Oh.
So that's been very successful over the years. And in fact, we started to do one in the spring for food because we knew that when the kids aren't in school in the summer, there's even a greater need for food pantries because they're not getting the free lunch and the free breakfast at school. So we do a food one in the spring and the personal care items in the fall.
Such a need.
Yes.
And sometimes we
really
overlook, we don't think about that here
We've
in our
we
village.
just recently had a very good backpack donation site event.
For school.
And this year we gave more than 1,300 backpacks that were donated and were sent out, were given out to the kids that really need backpacks with supplies.
With supplies inside.
Yes. So we've grown from just passing out, I think at the beginning, maybe 200, 300, to this year more than 1,300 backpacks.
I'm thinking
that we were able to give out.
The two of you found your niche. I mean, you talk about character counts. You must feel pretty good when you lay your head on the pillow at night when you reflect on your day. Oh, yes.
Depends on the day.
Take credit. I also understand there's a Toys for Tots that you do. I mean, the list seems endless what you do.
Yes. We do collect hundreds and hundreds of toys for the kids through the Marines. They kind of coordinate that with us, and then we put baskets or boxes all over the village and collect the toys. And people are
filled?
very generous.
It's
very
amazing.
generous.
Really?
The people of Elk Grove are really, really out there doing their job of helping others.
Yeah. It seems like every time we ask for something, people step up to the plate.
Well, how many hours of your own personal time you invest in this? But I can see that you enjoy it.
It's important.
It comes from your heart.
It's important. If you have blessings in your life to help people that maybe don't have as many blessings, to lend a hand to somebody else.
So everybody should come on out to the pavilion to be sure.
Yes.
Bring your children.
September
Sounds like a fun
24th
event.
between 1 to 4. Yes, we have a lot of time and effort and planning has gone into it, so we'd like as many people as can to help participate, and the kids will have a great time. They'll have a great time.
Oh, I'm sure. Anytime they can use their hands and create something, but what's going to be instilled in them and knowing that it's going to somebody in the armed forces or to help somebody even at our library.
Yeah.
Just a wonderful event. Now, if there are people in the audience that are being stirred at the moment thinking, boy, this sounds like a group I'd like to become involved with, suppose you're still looking for volunteers.
Oh, we're always looking for volunteers,
Right.
For sure.
Well, they can check out our website. It's ccceg.org. And that's for the Community Character Coalition. But that tells you about the different events we have and how to participate and get some information, the history of our organization as well. So,
and speaking of history, both of you, 23 years?
20 years.
20 years in September.
Actually, it's more like 23 for Bertie because she went to
started
California. But we were organized as a 501c3 group in 2003. Right.
And all those years you've given of yourself to help so many, you have to feel so good about that.
And we meet the first Tuesday of the month at 7:30 a.m. at the Sheila Ray Center.
It wasn't p.m. a.m.?
No, because people like to come before work. So our meetings are 1 hour long. You're out of there by 8:30, and we get a
At
lot
the
of
beginning,
people.
we
We'd
used
love
to
to have
meet in the
people just stop
evening.
in.
We tried to meet in the evening, and then we involved other communities.
Oh, sure.
And then, once you're home, people don't want to come back out for a 7 o'clock
Yeah.
meeting. So we said, well, let's shoot for the morning.
And it's
that's
worked?
worked out
It's
really well,
worked,
because
yeah.
people come before work. And some people can't stay for a whole hour, whatever they can stay, and then they go to work after that, or for their kids or whatever. But right now, too, if you can't make the meeting, we're able to connect virtually, so that you
Oh,
can
sure.
be at the meeting. So that's happened just recently as well. So yeah, very good.
Well,
And
I'd
look
say,
for us in the Elk Grove Parade. We'll be there.
oh, good.
Yes.
Well, I would say hi. Well, as Mayor always likes to say, what an exceptional community Elk Grove Village is, and here's a shining example of why we can claim to be that, because of all the years that the two of you and many others have put in, a lot of creative ideas, and to have that character means so much, to be an outstanding citizen.
Yeah, Elk Grove has been very supportive, all facets of Elk Grove, public and private, very
And I have
supportive.
a feeling the two of you are probably not hanging up your hat yet. You're probably
No.
Not yet.
you still have more ideas and
We
more,
still have more ideas.
more work to do.
We could always use more volunteers, though, more volunteers.
Yeah.
And it's hard, as people, people have jobs and people are busy, people are working
Right.
at that. But, it's important to find time to help
little
other
give
people.
back,
Right,
yeah.
to give back for the blessings that you have in your life.
That's wonderfully said, Bertie. Betsy and Bertie, thank you for sharing and bringing this information to all of us. Hope you have a great success.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you
Thank
for
you
having
very
us.
much. Thank
Yeah.
you for having us.
Yeah.
Yes.
We will be right back with the rest of our program. Welcome back, everyone. Well, for me, one of the favorite places to visit in our village is the Elk Grove Village Library. And representing the library today, our guests Donna McCarthy and Rick Avalos. So welcome to the program.
Thanks for having us.
Do you love the library as much as I do?
Yes.
That's what drove you
Yeah.
there? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I've
Is
always
it
loved
great?
reading. So as a kid, I would read a book in a day because that's all I wanted to do is read all the time.
Yeah, you get hooked
So,
on it, more
right.
knowledge. And I still to this day like a real book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into the electronic kind. I like to have a book because in my case, I like to be able to, when they're mine, not yours, so I can personally make notes and write in them. So I still like the feel of a real book. So tell us, how long have you been at our library and in what capacity?
I've been at the library going on 18 years next month. I started out part-time in the periodicals department and then was promoted to program and events coordinator about 5 years ago.
I bet that was an exciting advancement for you.
Oh, yes, very exciting. It was like my dream job.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it until I started working at the library that this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah, so
took me a long
that's your
time.
forever job as far as you're concerned.
Yes, it is. I'm retiring at the library.
Ah, that's wonderful. And how about you, Rick?
I'm pretty new. I'm going to be 3 years in also next month. So I am the head of building and security services there. So don't get to work as much with the books, but still thoroughly enjoy
The atmosphere.
the
just
atmosphere,
being-
helping people, just being
Yeah.
a public space, and just a necessity.
I know one of the things I, as one of the older citizens in the community, really appreciate the services for computer help over there. That's greatly appreciated,
Yes.
And the computer room they have there, I have friends that really take advantage of that. And then there's a room, what is it called? The percussion room?
The AV recording studio.
Oh, the AV. Tell us something about that.
So pretty much anything you're interested that's AV related, you can kind of start dabbling in there. And if they don't have a certain piece of equipment, you could probably ask for it, and we'll get it for you.
It's amazing. And my daughter's favorite section are all the DVDs. We were just there the other day, and what I also appreciate, there's no limit. It seems reasonable. There's no limit, and no expiration as such as renewals are automatic for a period of time.
Yes, but then eventually
They'll come
ask you to-
calling.
Yeah, they'll want
Like,
them back.
You've had this out quite a long time. Are you ever bringing it back? But all in all, it's just a beautiful building. Has everything imaginable in there. I liked walking in. It's just peaceful, of course, as a library. And I needed help the other day looking for a particular subject. The librarian's so helpful, so top notch. But you're here to talk about something special coming up, and what is that? Something to do with food?
Yes, Foodie Fall Fest. It's coming up in October 1st on a Sunday from 12 to 4.
And what is Foodie? Is this the first year?
Yeah, this is the first year. It's something completely new to the library, at least fall related. So yeah, we'll be having all sorts of food, a lot of family activities. A lot of times, some of the programs are kind of like more oriented for children. So we're trying to make it just inviting for anyone. So even for people, for non-families, or maybe you need take a date somewhere.
Go to the library.
Good place for a date.
If you're on the same page.
Yes.
Is this an indoor, outdoor, or both?
So this will be it'll be outdoor. We will have some activities indoors, but most of it will be outside. So if you swing by the library, it'll be in our back parking lot. So you'll see it all there.
So something like food trucks?
Food trucks.
That has become so popular lately, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
So how many trucks will be there? What type of food will they be offering?
We'll have 5 different trucks. One of the trucks we'll have is fresh churros and sundaes from Churros Eat Chocolate. Another truck we have is gourmet empanadas from Savory Crust. Delicious Asian fusion from the Yum Dum truck. And savory sandwiches and sides from the Fat Shallot. And tasty hot dogs from Dr. Dogs.
So moms and dads, you can take a day off of cooking that day.
Oh,
And
definitely.
Certainly can.
have your evening meal over at the library. Have we mentioned the hours?
It'll be 12 to 4.
12 to 4. And some of the activities that will be going on.
We'll be having some live music. Fruitland Jackson will be playing some blues music. We'll also have a magic show. What was it again?
Shezadeh Magic.
Yes, Shezadeh Magic. A lot of photo ops. Also, Almost Home Foundation will be there. So if you're looking for a puppy, a dog,
Oh, some adoptions opportunities
yeah.
there?
Yep. And the Friends of the Library will also be having a book sale. So if you need start your Christmas shopping, looking for some good books.
Yeah, you never
They have
know
some pretty good
what you
deals.
might find there too.
Yes.
Yeah. So a family of 4 could go and come home a family of 5.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know how the kids can talk mom and dad into something like that. Now, how does this work? When we were there last week, I noticed a sign regarding if you want to get a new library card. Anything you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, September is a library card sign-up month. So if you want to renew your library card or you need a library card, you can come into the library, sign up, and we have this game called Plinko, and some of the prizes are like
that's what I saw.
chocolate, stickers, but the big prize is a $50 gift card to Amazon. So you will enter into that contest once you sign up for a library
You know,
card.
I never knew that we needed to renew library cards. I thought it
They
was.
expire.
They do.
Yes, and if you come in and you didn't know it expired, they'll let you know.
Uh-huh. Oh, good.
Yes,
Yeah.
they renew it for you.
Yeah, we still have one of the original. I should have thought to bring it. Library tote bags was there more than 18 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it's probably one day when you're building one of those time capsules.
Oh,
You
we
may
have one.
We have
want
one.
that. Yeah, they were selling them long ago. Now we were talking before the show something about the library has now become 5-star rated. Please tell us about that.
Yes. So we're so excellent.
Because of the staff and all. Yeah.
I'm not sure which organization.
How
Is
did
it
they
ILA?
rate that?
I think it's ILA, isn't it Illinois Library Association? I wish I was better prepared for that question.
I think they just like measure a couple metrics within like all the libraries in Illinois, and then depending on the population size, those metrics they assign like stars. So I see them as Michelin stars. So we're 5 stars.
Well, we're not surprised. As Mayor Johnson always says, we are the exceptional community. So to have an exceptional library, which is right in the center of town, and just a beautiful facility with always offering a lot of programming in that for sure. And the library hours, you're open now that school's back. How late in the evening?
Monday through Thursday we're open till 10. Friday we're open till 7. Saturday we're open till 5, and Sunday we're open till 5 as well.
Yes.
All right, now I'm going to put you both on the spot since you work at a library and you love books. Favorite book of all time?
Probably, oh gosh, that's a good one.
What favorite topic? What's the area you
I
that
like
you tell-
autobiographies. I've just recently read David Grohl. He's from the Foo Fighters. That was very
You'd
interesting
recommend that?
book.
Uh-huh.
but I also read some like David Cassidy, which he had a very crazy upbringing
Yeah.
and career. So I just read a lot of autobiographies. I don't think they're. It's really hard to say favorite.
Sure.
You know, I could have a favorite for a month and then I move on to something else that I read, and then I'm like, oh, that's my favorite now.
Yeah, yeah.
I did like Glass Castle by Jeanette Wall. That was probably one of the books I read where I was so interested in her because it's like an autobiography. I mean, she tells her story, and I was so interested in her, I was Googling her and
Oh, that
looking her
tells
up on
you, yeah.
YouTube. So I'm going to say Glass Castle.
So you would recommend that for
Oh,
anyone
yes.
that's interested in a new read?
Yes.
How about you, Rick? What's your favorite topic?
Recently, probably Philip Pullman's his Dark Materials, the trilogy. So I'm into a lot of things, but that one's always a fun read. Yeah. So.
And the last thing of your day, each of you kind of try to set aside some time for reading.
Yep. We try to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to, yeah.
So
The library
And I'm
keeps us
tired.
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do.
Yeah.
I go to bed. Actually, I go to bed a little earlier now, just to have that time.
To
So to read.
relax
Yeah.
with a book.
Right.
Nothing like it, from
Yes.
our earliest years, whether it was parents and grandparents reading to us, but to instill that love of reading and always gaining knowledge.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, thank you
Yeah.
both for being with us today. We look forward to the activities and the food trucks coming to our library and just being over here and just, giving us some more in-depth information about this wonderful resource that we have
Of course.
in our community.
Thanks for
So
having
we
us.
thank you,
Yes, thank
Don and Rick. And then we also want to thank our previous guests, Bertie and Betsy, who were here from Character Counts Coalition. And as always, we thank you for being with us on In the Grove, and we look forward to being with you next month.